So I'm a chronic project quitter. But today I'm doing something about that. I am challenging myself to pick one project, complete it within 1 hour, and if I don't, I have to donate 4 balls of my yarn. Do you know how hard it is to look a beautiful ball of yarn in its eyes and tell it it's not wanted anymore? I'm sorry. I can't keep you anymore. But you're going to a good home. It's yarn bearable. Am I being dramatic? A little, yes, but the struggle is real. My work in progress pile is now a mountain climbing excursion. Hope you brought snacks. I love crafting. I love the process of creating and, of course, the finished product. But I have a serious problem with actually finishing projects. So I've created this challenge for myself to accomplish 3 things. Thing the first, commit to smaller projects. I love scrolling on Instagram and seeing people just casually create masterpieces that belong in the Louvre. When I look at them, I'm just like, how did you do that? How did you execute it so flawlessly? Boggles my mind. And when I try to replicate that myself, it always turns out looking like I had one hand tied behind my back and the instructions were just vibes. Don't believe me? This was supposed to be a blanket, but it's not. Even tried to give it to my dog and pass it off as a new bed, but even she went, yeah, no thanks. The core of the issue is I get inspired and I immediately aim too high. The best way I can describe it is if you're starting a new series, you watch episode 1 and then you just decide to skip to episode 4. You're just going to get lost and it's not enjoyable anymore. What I have to remember is that many of these creators have years of experience. They've mastered techniques and they didn't start with a giant vision, they worked up to it. Or maybe they did, and they also had to challenge themselves like I'm doing right now. So, rule 1 is pick a small project that I can actually finish, instead of, jumping into the deep end and realizing, oh, I can't swim. Thing the second, respect time, or really understand time. Time is not a construct. When I first started crocheting, I desperately wanted to create one of those daisy blankets. What I didn't realize, though, as a beginner, was just the sheer time commitment. Each of these squares took me around 30 to 45 minutes. And for the size of blanket I wanted, I needed 120 squares. I'm not sure if you're doing the math, but that's over 100 hours of work. I made 6 squares, and then I quietly moved on as if nothing happened. And when people asked me, oh, how's your daisy blanket going? A daisy blanket. I wasn't making a blanket. You must be confused. And thing the third, I need to get faster. Do you remember Looney Tunes and the character Speedy Gonzales? Well, he had a cousin named Slowpoke Rodriguez. That's me. I'm Slowpoke Rodriguez. But I am so slow. Which is fine. I mean, crafting isn't supposed to be this high-octane sport, but I want to be able to give crocheted gifts and just any other crafty type gift without having to plan 6 months in advance. I just struggle to do all of that at my current pace. So I need the pressure of a tight deadline to improve. At least that's my thinking. Who knows? This could totally fail. But hopefully it's entertaining. And this might actually lead to me finally decluttering my yarn cabinet. Oh my god, I forgot I had this one. Maybe I should fail. The challenge rules. Projects must be realistic for my skill level, which is beginner. I have to complete the project within 1 hour. Simple, get in, get out. And hopefully I finish. And if I don't, I have to donate 4 balls of yarn. All right, it's research time. All right, Google, don't let me down. So I spent the next little while just looking at images, trying to get inspired. And anything I liked the look of, I immediately went to YouTube and typed in beginner tutorial. Oh, that's a cute basket. That's a possibility. So I found this beginner tutorial by Elise Crochets, and then all that was left was picking yarn. Oh, easy. I also already own pink yarn. Oops. and red yarn. I got this one for a project that I never started.
Yikes!
This one I don't remember why I have it. Oh well. They are two different types of yarn, so I'll double check what the tutorial recommends. Just simply go from there. I've chosen the red yarn. So I picked the red cotton yarn because it's soft but also maintained its shape, which is great because it's just been sitting there on the bench saying,
"Put me in, coach."
got the camera, the hook, the yarn. Let's get to it. Quick pause. I had this whole plan to do live commentary while crocheting this heart basket, and then I immediately forgot how to talk once I started crocheting. You'll still hear some real-time thoughts pop up, but most of the video will be voiceover. Oh my god, I haven't started a timer. Yeah, that was pretty annoying. I had gotten pretty far. Oh, I have to undo this then. Okay, it's undone. Timer. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh my god, I'm already shaking. Now, yes, the instructions are very simple, but for whatever reason, I couldn't remember them and constantly had to pause and go back to the video. Now what? Oh my god, I forget! Oh my god. As you can see, I'm super chill and relaxed. The really stressful part was after 7 minutes, this is all I had to show for it. I told you I was slow. What slowed me down the most was switching between stitches so frequently. So I'd have to do a double crochet, half double crochet, triple crochet, and you might be saying, yeah, that's how you create patterns. I know, but that's why I'm doing this challenge. So besides the stitch switching, this was my biggest challenge of the piece. So you're creating a hole and you leave a tail at the back, and the instructions said you pull it to close that center hole. Well, it didn't work for me, and I was actually pulling the chain out from the stitches as I pulled. So I just left it alone. I didn't want to risk messing more things up. So while I did go to school and pass 1st and 2nd grade, I discovered I can't count. 2, 3, 4. Already forgotten what I'm supposed to do. Oh no. 1. But I eventually remembered and had a completed heart. Once I had my heart, it was time to actually make it a basket. And this part was quite easy. What was stressful though was I was already 42 minutes in, so I had to be fast. Now I would normally say, and before long I had this, but it was a long time. But I had something that resembled a basket, and don't worry, I did count weaving my ends in as part of the time allotted. And oh my god, it's a basket. That's a basket. You cannot tell me otherwise. Now, I just have to find a purpose for this basket, and I know exactly what to use it for. Doesn't hold a lot of chips, but it still works. So what did we learn? Yes, you in the back. That, to start small? Ding, 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 ding! Well, not necessarily to start small, but absolutely start at your skill level. For me, it is a necessity to start small because I need to build more confidence, build my skills, and not get distracted. But it's so hard when you're walking down the yarn aisle and you see all the pretty colors. What am I supposed to do then? So I would say this was a successful challenge. I definitely would have done more, made it bigger. I was also stressed, so I messed up a lot. It's glaringly obvious how much I still have to learn. But hey, it's all about the journey, right? Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed the challenge. Are you going to challenge yourself? It's a wild ride. Until next time. Bye!